In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. It was here, on the slopes of Mount Doom, that the Dark Lord Sauron was defeated by a last alliance of men and elves. It is here that for 2,500 years the rangers of Gondor stood watch, guarding against a nameless threat they had all but forgotten. And while the strength of Gondor faded, the power and malice of Sauron grew in darkness. He has returned to Mordor. Shadow and flame have fallen on the Black Gate, and no mortal man can stand in its path.
Hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Laser, and today we are checking out Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, a game which has been on my backlog ever since it came out back in 2014. And currently I'm running the benchmark because I want to see you guys how everything works on my machine. I'm running a GTX 970 with 8 gigs of video RAM. I got a nice 4790K overclocked at 4.5 GHz, 16 gigabytes of DDR3 SSD. So pretty much everything you could want to run this game smoothly. I've seen many reports that the port is bad and it doesn't run smoothly. I'm running Ultra preset, okay, so everything is running on Ultra, and on my machine everything runs smoothly for the most part. Now keep in mind that these results are not legit because my encoder, what I'm using to record this video, has taken away like 15% of the actual performance, and I'm talking strictly FPS. So yes, the game runs fine. Sure, it could have been a tad better, but it's nothing horrible or unplayable by no stretch of the imagination. So for the most part, it's decently optimized from my point of view, and a decent port overall, especially since you get key rebindings. Okay, so if you don't like the way the keys are spread out, you can either rebind them or use a 360 controller, if you so desire. So what is this game? This is an open world action adventure game. Now take a look at the map. It is open world. Yes, it is true. You can go anywhere throughout the map and do pretty much whatever the hell you want. My only problem with calling it open world, it should be called open small world, because it is indeed a very small map, one that I kinda, I seen every single little place in like 7 hours of gameplay, and that's a little bit crappy. Ideally, it should have been twice the size. It doesn't really take away from the experience, not that much, but it is a small open world. It's like letting you run around in a dog pen for the most part. But yeah, it's okay, it's fine. So, action adventure game in the Lord of the Rings universe. Lore-wise, the events which transpire here are between the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit movies. So, you get an idea of what's up. Oh, let me show you something. I can be super cool and do this if I want. Now let's get into a little bit of combat. Right now we're not doing any mission, I'm just kind of showing you the world, the environment, the terrain, and a little bit of course of the actual combat system. You will be playing Talion, which is the main protagonist, whose wife and kid got murdered, and he's out to seek, guess what? Revenge. Yes, stereotypical main character, unfortunately for us, but then again, for the Lord of the Rings, what exactly were you expecting? Whoa, calm the fuck down. Let's jump over this guy, and stun this guy, and do this awesome combo, and maybe finish this guy right after we parry, and now we're gonna execute the son of a bitch. The combat system, you probably noticed by now, it's very reminiscent of something else, very familiar with Batman. Yes, absolutely, it is that Batman Arkham Asylum style of combat, which, you know what, absolutely nothing wrong with that. I would even actually make the argument that is a tad more refined here than it was in Batman. So I love the combat system, I liked it in Batman, and I like it here as well. Pretty nice. When it comes to the actual movement system and traversing of the terrain, it is very similar to the Assassin's Creed line. Okay, as you can see, you do have this parkour system, which from my point of view works a bit better in Middle-earth than it works in the latest Assassin's Creed games. For the most part, I never have a problem with trying to grab an edge and falling to my doom for no fucking good reason at all in Shadow of Mordor. So there you go. So, you see me using these weird flashy powers. You do have a wraith form. By pressing your V key, you will turn into this ancient elf wraith. Celebrimbor, if you guys read the Lord of the Rings books, you will know who he is. He basically forged the Rings of Power, which started the entire Lord of the Rings plotline for the most part. So this is him. This is his wraith for the most part that is keeping you alive. You are bound together, and him being bound to you gives you special powers such as this elf shot. As you can see, we are seeing through multiple terrains right now. Okay, I can see enemies over a very large distance, and also I can hear them, kind of plan out my attacks and so on and so forth, and other awesome combat abilities as I will showcase any of the flashy ghosty moves, of course. Alright, the game does offer you the option to approach combat stealthy. Again, everything will be up to you, or you can go in Rambo and just kill everybody. Doing things stealthy sometimes is obviously the best idea, and other times going in Rambo will be the optimal idea. So again, the game caters exactly to what the situation actually needs. You can do both, but obviously there will be a right and a wrong answer when it comes to some missions, not all of them. We're gonna do some side missions. I don't want to show you main missions because the story from my point of view is absolutely epic, especially for me since I didn't read the books. I don't know who forged the Rings of Power. I don't know how the Nazgul came to be or how Sauron actually tricked the elves, and okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to tell you anymore, okay? So for me the story is absolutely top notch, just like the voice acting, which is absolutely superb. Yes, the characters are corny, but the voice acting is absolutely awesome. So defeat this guy to earn special rewards. Okay. This is a side mission, by the way. Okay, I gotta kill his 5 followers as a secondary objective, a bonus objective, and I'm actually gonna do that. Jump off. I have a very nice way, thanks to my elven friend, thanks to Celebrimbor, of getting rid of his lackeys. But first I need to get to a very good sniping position. Okay, this should be good enough. So I'm gonna use my elf shot to headshot these suckers. Obviously, as you can see, time is slowed down right now, and I got a couple of shots. I can renew my elf shot by draining enemies of their vital powers. This is again a power given to me by Celebrimbor. Now I'm gonna go fight this guy. I have a very special rune on my blade which will allow me to execute this fool several times in a row and kill him. Hooray for me. Then, there we go. And the side mission is pretty much done. It was an easy side mission and I got a very powerful rune. These bosses drop runes. Okay, exactly what I was talking about. These captains drop runes which are very useful at augmenting your stuff. As in your weapons. Okay, that's another captain. Oh shit. If that guy sounds the alarm, I'm fucking screwed. I hit him, but he's not gonna be there. He's still gonna sound the alarm. There's a lot of these bastards. I don't know if I want to take this fight, so I'm just gonna... Another captain. Now I'm definitely not taking this fight. Did he just call me filth man? Okay, then it's personal. Let's go. Gotta kill these fucking captains. There you go, bro. You called me man filth. Now you lost your head. Everybody cool now? Everybody cool with that? I'm gonna pick up the rune, and now I'm gonna kill the other fucking captain. I got special ghosty powers, mister. And an execution for you. There you go, and I'm gonna grab you. I could use some intel from you, but instead I'm just gonna shank you, shank you, shank you, shank you, shank you. Are you dead? You are dead. There you go. Kill 2 more captains. Because they insulted me. I wanna leave them alone. I didn't wanna fight. I wanna be nice. Pacify, you know, put orcs in cages and domesticate them for the good of mankind, but nope, couldn't do it. Okay, let's take care of these guys as well. You have an array of options when dealing with enemies. You even have a picture system. Yes, you do have an actual picture system to make sure you can get your most epic moments immortalized, okay, and you should be able to share with friends and etc, etc. Now, you can get a mount in this game. These things, let me show you. I don't know how to open the cage though right now from this position. Yes, I will show you. Just a second. Let me open the cage. Okay. Come back. Dude, alright. And now we gotta tame it. It's a very small minigame. And now it's tamed, then I can use it as a mount and traverse Mordor. Hooray, 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 hooray. So you saw me kill a couple of captains there. Those guys, that big orcs that talked to me and had a bit of more armor and better weapons, were captains in Sauron's army. Now, let me show you the Nemesis system, which is a very, very important part of this game. A system which I love a great deal. So we're gonna advance time over here, and look what happens. This is Sauron's army. These are the Uruk captains and lieutenants and war chiefs and etc, etc. It's pretty much orc society. Now this society will evolve depending on your actions, on your failures and your triumphs. Who did you kill of these captains, alright? Or which of these captains killed you? Yes, dying in this game will happen, especially when you reach the hardest orcs alive, meaning the war chiefs, the guys in the back, okay? You will have to find out their identity throughout the course of the game by picking up intel from other orcs or off the ground or slaves and so on and so forth. So the Nemesis system keeps evolving itself depending on your results, pretty much guaranteeing that no two playthroughs will be the same, which is absolutely awesome. It tailors the game experience to your results, and I absolutely love it. I always really digged the Nemesis system, and I hope that I get to see it in more RPGs from now on. At the very least, maybe the sequel will have it. Love the Nemesis system. So, that's a very basic introduction on the Nemesis system. I could talk all day about it, but I'm guessing I'm gonna bore you guys. So, the map. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the red ones are secondary quests, yellow ones are main quest, white ones are secondary quests as well. The red ones, the difference between the red ones and the white ones is that the white ones give you Mirian, which you will use to upgrade your attributes, and the red ones give you power, which will give you upgrades in your talent tree. And speaking of which, let's have a look at them really quick. So, weapons and runes. You have a sword, a bow, and a dagger. Each of them have 5 runes which you can unlock. These runes can be either super underwhelming and lame or super powerful. For example, this one. This is an example of a lame rune on my dagger. Recover 23% health on a stealth kill. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's lame. Let me show you an awesome one, which is included in the Game of the Year edition, but don't worry, we're gonna talk about that later. Rising Storm grants access to the Storm of Urfael legendary weapon power, which will allow you to go from execution into execution and so on and so forth. Is also known as Beast mode for the most part. So those are the runes. Let's go to upgrades really quick. These are your 2 talent trees. The one on the left is the Ranger humanish form, which consists of normal powers such as parry this better, jump over this guy and stun him, or stuff like that, okay? So these are more down-to-earth ranger-like, and the one on the right are the wraith powers, the ghosty, awesome powers. Right, there you go. What else we got? Attributes. The attributes section, for the most part, you have 2 trees. You got your weapons and your resources. In the weapon section, you will be able to unlock all of the rune slots, and in the resource section, you will be able to get more arrows or more focus, which is pretty much what you saw me use when aiming the arrow, and more health. You know, lame stuff like that, boring stuff. And finally, this is the progression tab, which will show you exactly how much of the game you have traversed. So in about 10 hours, I am 70.7% done. It will show you all the artifacts it filled in, which are bits and pieces of lore scattered throughout the universe. The world, which is not that big, so it's gonna be easy for you to find them. Hunting challenges, survival challenges, etc, etc. Again, it is a open world action RPG game. Alright, and I think for the most part that's about it for Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. I'm gonna try to wrap it up because I'm gonna keep on rambling for at least an hour if I don't stop now. The combat system, from my point of view, the Batman style combat system is absolutely awesome. I love that in Batman. I like it even more here because I feel they did it with a tad more finesse. And I absolutely enjoy my experience. And this is what you're gonna, this is so important because this is what you're gonna do of the game. You're gonna be fighting orcs. It's an orc slaughter simulator for the most part. And so if you don't like the combat, you might as well stay away from this one. The parkour system done very well, just like in the case of other titles. Let's not give any names, but from my point of view, I never really enjoyed it as much as in this one. I never seen it done better than here. Again, I have no issues with him grabbing onto ledges, falling off of ledges. When I tell him to drop from somewhere, he drops, and so on and so forth. I always find it infuriating in other titles that this system was always kind of shaky. Here, it's pretty well. And I also love the fact that the game actually gives you the option to go about your missions either stealthy or Rambo mode. Again, it depends on you. Yes, there is a right answer, but you're not forced to use it at all. The story is absolutely phenomenal. Love the storytelling. Again, I didn't read the books. I didn't know what's up with the Ring of Powers, who this Celebrimbor dude is. So it was really awesome getting to find out, and I cannot wait to finish the story and see what else happens. The voiceover is absolutely amazing. Again, very top-notch quality. What you would expect from a AAA title. Keep in mind, this was a AAA title back in 2014 when it came out. Was a full $60 purchase. Nowadays, however, you can get this one a whole lot cheaper. It's 2017 now, and you can pick this up on Steam for $20 Game of the Year edition, meaning that you're gonna get all of the DLCs included as well. Now let's talk about the DLCs a little bit, because this is the only negative part of this game. The DLCs suck. Seriously, the DLCs are simply put bad. They take away some of your progression for no real point at all and then make you take it back. You also have a somewhat of a horde mode. You get plenty of free DLC as well, but it doesn't matter, and I'll tell you why. You can only buy this game now, from what I saw, only Game of the Year edition. So you can no longer buy a standard edition, so it's pointless to talk about it. The only DLC I liked is the one that actually brings forth a little bit more lore, but that's also the one that kind of takes away your rune slots and all whatnot, and that seems kind of stupid to me. But yeah, you're gonna enjoy that DLC if you want even more lore, and if you want to know every single story in this universe, you're gonna like that one as well. Wait, that one bugged. You saw that? It bugged. It got stuck into that one. But yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, so the DLC not really worth, but again, today you're gonna be paying $20 on Steam for the Game of the Year edition with all the DLC anyway, and after you're done the main campaign, and this is what I'm recommending this game for. Solid recommendation for the main game, not for the DLC. Or you can get it on GOG like I got it. Game of the Year edition, Steam Global Key for $6. This game for $6, Game of the Year, is an absolute bargain. Is an absolute steal, and I could not recommend it more for that price point. In all honesty, I believe this game earned the base game. Again, not the DLC. The base game earned its $60 price point at release, and it was received by critics with open arms for the most part. And I love it, to be honest. I cannot recommend it enough. Ladies and gents, this has been Shadow of Mordor. Thank you for watching. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, etc. If you enjoyed the content, if you got any feedback for me, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm off. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.